You know him, you love him, Emperor 10 Gabriel della Notte.
Yay, yay, well, look at this speech. What a beautiful room. You all look so beautiful out there. Well, yes, give yourselves a nice round of applause. Good evening to each of you and welcome to the 30th anniversary of Night of a Thousand Gowns. On behalf of Emperor 24, Opinionated, and Empress 29, Madison Mansfield, our Imperial family, and all of the members of the Imperial Court of New York, it is my honor to welcome you to Coronation 30 in the city that never sleeps. Looking out at this room, this is huge. This is huge. We won't build any walls here in New York City, but we may build one across the river from New Jersey because you know those Jersey folk. Hey, I live in New Jersey, be quiet. Thanks to your generosity, our organization is able to once again support the ICNY Empress Coco Lachine LGBTQ Youth Scholarship Fund. As a community, there can be no greater investment than our youth. As family members, we always want our kids to have more opportunities than we had, and that is especially true in our LGBT family. The next generation of innovators, artists, business people, community leaders, and caregivers are ready, willing, and able to learn. And as a result of the funds raised tonight and throughout the 30th reign, some truly inspiring LGBT kids will now be able to concentrate their efforts on their studies instead of worrying so much about their tuition. As always, in addition to celebrating our history, showcasing our out-of-town guests from other kingdoms, celebrating a wonderful year both in and out of town, and crowning our new monarchs, we have once again created a one-of-a-kind sensational evening of show-stopping, toe-tapping, heart-pounding, and truly Broadway-caliber entertainment. A special thank you goes out to all of the entertainers for sharing their immense talent with us and for creating an unforgettable experience for each of us to enjoy here tonight. So I especially want to thank Brian C. Rooney, Robin S., Ultra Nate, Ari Gold, Kelly King, and Paul Cloder, Lauren Madden. So we want to thank them for being here this evening. You're going to have a wonderful time. This last year has been an amazing one for the LGBT community. The historic Supreme Court decision making marriage equality the law of the land was the best pride present any of us could have hoped for. Just think, the next generation of LGBTQ kids will grow up knowing that the law now properly reflects that the relationships that they have had are just as important as those of their straight friends and family. As we celebrate this momentous moment in history, I can't help but think of those brave pioneers who all those many years ago set in motion the modern civil rights movement when they stood up and took to the streets from the Stonewall Inn right here in New York. On those uncertain and danger-filled nights, could those dear souls have imagined how far things would come? That not only marriage equality, but the right to serve in the military and to adopt children would become part of the American LGBT experience. Let's all raise a glass, not only to the pioneers at Stonewall, but to each and every person who dedicated their efforts to realizing LGBT rights across our city, our great country, and around the world. Hear, hear. It seems only fitting that this year we will crown a Stonewall veteran named Tree as our Emperor of New York. Also, all of the many accomplishments realized by our community would never have been possible without the support of our straight allies, and especially those from diverse communities. In that spirit, tonight we will also see the crowning of our first straight ally, African American Empress Sugar B. Real. And while so much has been accomplished, the work is not nearly done. Anti-LGBT legislation is being put forward and even enacted in many municipalities and states, and it is being driven by those who would deny basic freedoms and equality to our community. The transgender community faces heightened levels of misunderstanding, bigotry, and hate. Passing proper protections for our transgender friends and offering them the kind of support they've shown us over the last 40 years must be our next great priority. And again, our young people need to remain our focus. Bullying of LGBTQ youths is still an enormous issue that all too often results in tragic outcomes. While it is all well and good to say it gets better, we must also let them know that they are not alone and that there is always help and support available for them. Oh, and by the way, last time I looked, there's still no cure for AIDS. I am honored and lucky to once again be standing before you as the President of the Imperial Court of New York. For the last 10 years, it has been my great privilege to represent the incredible family of courtiers and to watch our court grow and thrive. The support I have received from so many people, a lot of whom are in this room this evening, is something I shall never forget. It's important for any leader to know when it's time to walk away and to let others lead. Therefore, this is the last coronation address I will make to you as your president. Please know that I consider my tenure as president a highlight of my life. The friendships I have made and all the laughter along the way and each and every noble deed we've accomplished are memories I will always cherish. And all of it was made so much the sweeter as I got to experience it with my gorgeous, charming, and charismatic husband, Emperor Damian Valentino, by my side. We'll be happy to be celebrating 20 years together and 5 years as a legally married couple in July. We've had an amazing journey. And to the next president, please know that I'm here to support you in any way I can. And on that fateful day when someone comes up to you and says, "You don't know what you're doing it all wrong," you just send them right on over to me, and don't worry, darling, Big Daddy's got you covered. I joined the Imperial Court to help, to support, and to share love with those who need us most. As I conclude my presidency in September, I'm more confident than ever that this spirit will continue to grow and spread throughout the organization and around this great city. The incredible volunteers that make up the Imperial Court of New York are the lifeblood of this organization, and as I ask each of them to stand up right now, stand up if you are a member of the Imperial Court of New York. Please join me in thanking each and every one of them for their selfless time and effort that they have given to our community, a stronger, safer, and better place to live. To the volunteers of the Imperial Court of New York, I raise my glass to all of you. At this time, I would like to acknowledge with us tonight is the titular head of the international court system, the Queen Mother of the Americas, my older sister, Empress Nicole the Great. And I also want to acknowledge the Queen Mother of New York, another New York City gay icon in her own right, and the first in line of succession to Empress Nicole the Great, Empress Coco Lachine. No matter how much we each achieve, this evening would not be possible without the unbelievable support from our partners and sponsors. At the top of our sponsor list is Sir Matt Ansey and Stoli USA, that they're down right over here. I would be remiss in not mentioning the Elton John AIDS Foundation for their generous grant to tonight's cause. Our longtime partners, JetBlue, are here. Best Ad promo with Sal Calise over here. Barefoot Wines. G3 is right over here. Longtime corporate table sponsor. TD Bank is in the house once again. And Miller Coors. Our media sponsors, Next, Get Out, and Passport magazines, have been wonderful to us throughout the year. And we have some new partners, Heaven Hill and Al and Chuck Travel. They're all in the house tonight. Remember, all of our sponsors can be found in your new lipstick digital program on your tables, put together by our own Empress Robin Cradles. I would also be remiss not to mention the support and love from my dear friend Mickey Rolfe right over here. His encouragement, his drive, and his love pushed me to be my best, and to him I am eternally grateful. To my fabulous executive producers, Emperor Fantasia, Empress Antique, and Duke Antonio Ventura. They're out there. They say a leader is only as good as the people they surround themselves with. So I thank them all for always having my back and surrounding me with their knowledge and support. The three of you have put on such an iconic and historic event. I'm very proud of all three of you. To all the committee chairs, co-chairs, board of directors, and the entire membership of the Imperial Court of New York, thank you for another productive and successful year. We couldn't do it without you. Most of you should all be very proud of all we have achieved tonight. Thank you to all of the wonderful volunteers who have donated their time this evening for our success. And finally, yes, finally, to all of you, our friends, our families, and supporters, sit back. No, wait, don't sit back. Get up and dance, drink, donate, and enjoy this fabulous evening. But please keep in mind that part of the fun of fundraising is to raise money. So please spend it. Spend it on our fabulous silent auction that Empress Wendy Pinkhouse Bouvier put together along with Antonio Ventura. Don't forget the fabulous raffle by Princess Royale May Nicole, walking around with a beautiful sapphire and diamond ring worth $10,000. They're walking around selling raffle tickets. Take a chance. It's a beautiful ring. Earmark a donation on your cards on the table, buy some raffle tickets, and support us. Support our community. Ooh, I'm cracking my voice. I must have finally reached puberty, fellas. There is something for everyone here tonight, so please give, because every dollar raised goes to our two hardworking beneficiaries, the Scholarship Fund. To each of you gathered here tonight, I would only add this: a night of 1,000 gowns is your night to shine. It is a time when fantasy comes to life, when dreams come true, and when love is truly in the air. For anyone who is joining us for the first time this evening, I raise a toast to you. May you experience even half of the joy that I have as a member of this organization. May you meet the kind of friends and discover the kind of family that I have found here in this organization. May you find a home here in the city, within the organization, and with our Imperial family, just as I did. May you experience even a measure of the happiness, love, and laughter that I have. Long live the Imperial Court of New York. Long live the Imperial Court system. Long live the monarchy. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight.